Okay, let's start stuffing a cushion. First thing we need to do is cut the foam to match. Now, take a nice ruler, yardstick, and measure your cushion. This cushion is 21 1/4 wide by 23 1/2. Okay? Now, we could write that down if we want to, but when we're cutting the foam for our seat cushions, we need to cut it a little bit bigger. So it was 21 1/4 from front to back. We're going to make it 22 1/4 from front to back by, what was that measurement? 23?
I think so.
I don't remember. Oh, 23 1/2, so it'll be 24 1/2. Something else to keep in mind. This foam right here came from the factory, and it has a firm edge. You see that rubberized edge on it? That's really not good to put on a portion of the cushion that is going to be facing outward. So we're going to use that for the back of the cushion. There you go, get my camera girl back on the task here. There we are. So I've got 22 1/4 by 24 1/4. 22 1/4. I'll mark it right here. 22 1/4. And I'll mark it again up here. 22 1/4. Good. And I'll score myself a line. Okay? That hard to see in the film? My daughter's giving me the half so-so. I don't want to use a magic marker on this, although I could, because the fabric that is going around these cushions is light colored, and I'm afraid the magic marker will stain the fabric. Okay, so let's go with our 24 1/2. Now, if you don't trust your cushions, or you're working off a piece of scrap foam, you want to grab your rafter square, your carpenter square, to make sure it's trued up. In this case, I happen to know that this foam came right off a big old block of foam and was cut into sections. These blocks are square, good factory edges on them, so I can rely on that particular fact. Now that I've marked it, we've got a whole cushion. I need something to cut the foam with. In this case, I don't have a foam cutter, and those are rather expensive. But I'm going to use an inexpensive saw with very few teeth on it. Excuse me, with a lot of teeth on it. This is a miter saw from a cheap set, but this blade is going to do the job for us. The other thing is, I'm going to spray it with silicone, because this foam develops a lot of static electricity, plus it grabs onto whatever you put against it. So let's shake this up a little bit and get some silicone on my saw. And I'll put it silicone as much as I need, as often as I need it. Now here's the trick. Put the saw right on your line and drag it slowly. If you try to go too fast, you'll rip this foam apart. Only go one way. And I'm going opposite the cutting edge of the foam, of the saw. Just a little bit left Okay, let's go ahead and cut the width now. A little extra silicone won't hurt anything. There we are, my camera's repositioning. Okay. Again, following my line and going as straight as I can. I'm just going to easy drag this saw across. You see that starting to tear? That little tear won't make a difference, but this technique can get much larger gouges in the foam, and you want to avoid those. So once again, easy long strokes. We're almost done. My daughter's trying to clean her clothes off. She got a little foam on her. That's why the camera's shaking. Some of this behind the scenes information is fun. Okay, just a little bit more. We have a seat cushion. I'm going to go ahead and cut the other cushions in the meantime, and we'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. Now we're going to wrap the foam in Dacron and go ahead and stuff a cushion real quickly. Let's start right here. Here's a cut piece of foam. Now we used a saw, and I want to show you that it's not a perfect cut. Now that, for the most part, doesn't matter, but I'm going to make it not matter at all by wrapping the entire cushion one time in Dacron. And I'll show you how to do that real quick. Again, we use a spray glue. I'm going to keep that needle handy. You need a pair of scissors, and you need a roll of Dacron. As I said earlier, there's a tougher part of this foam that ended up being the edge, so that is the back of our cushion. I'm going to put the back of the cushion right here, right on the edge, and then I'm going to take this cushion and roll it right over on the Dacron. Now I'm going to take my scissors and cut all the way across. Now if you get your line off just a hair, Dacron will stretch. It'll forgive you. And it'll compress. There's not that big of a deal on it. Okay, now that we have Dacron wrapping the entire cushion, I'm going to go ahead and start gluing it on, even though I have excess over here. Let's get on that part. Spray glue. I'm going to get some on the front of the cushion. I'm going to get it on the Dacron here. I don't need this heavy a coat on this. Get the edges pretty good and get the front pretty good. There we are. Now you take this Dacron and fit it neatly. It'll lift for a moment and you've got a little forgiveness. And put it right there on the edge. Voila. Now we'll flip the entire cushion over. And we'll take the Dacron and flip it forward. You notice it's already secured to the top. So let's hit our cushion again. And get a bit in the center. Okay, let's get the Dacron again. There you go. And a little bit in the center. We'll take the Dacron, lay it back over the cushion, match up my corner, press it down, and that part is done. Let's get rid of this excess Dacron. I'll take the scissors and cut right here along the edge. There we go. This is a good piece of Dacron right here. If I wanted to put Dacron on the sides, I could just very easily put it right there and use this glue to put it on. I don't need to because the foam is already an inch bigger than the cushion. So this goes, and that is ready to stuff. Okay, here I am. We're getting ready to stuff a cushion. My tools this time are going to be a long straight needle, in case I need it, a can of silicone, I've got my cushion cover, I've got my Dacron wrapped foam. Okay? There's a reason why we use silicone, because this stuff really likes to grab and hook onto the cushion. Make your life easier. Give it a quick shot of the silicone. The sides, the front, the top, the bottom. You don't really need to hit the back. Okay? Now that's, yeah, that feels better. That's easier to shift inside of the cushion. Okay, here comes the wrestling match. Get your cushion in front of you. Get your zipper to where you have access to it. Take your foam. Put some good pressure right here in the center and fold. Okay, the wrestling match is on. Take your foam. Shove it inside this cushion, holding tight. Pull it out as far as you can. Just keep pulling. Now you can let go. Notice it has a crown there. Well, stick your hand in here and grab that front corner. Pull the fabric of the cushion and shove that corner in. There you go. Now, you can start straightening out your cushion already. That's more or less started. Let's flip the cushion over and let's get rid of this crown that seems to be forcing up one side of the cushion. I'm going to grab the foam, the entire chunk of foam right there, and I'm going to grab the corner, lift the foam up, and shove it into the corner. There we go. Still more crown. I'm going to take the foam, turn it, and pull the cushion back, the cushion cover back. There we go. See, this is starting to happen here. Now we want to get the front nice and tight as well. So I'm going to take the cushion cover with my hand, and with my good hand, I'm going to hit the cushion. Just take your aggression out. Run with it. There you go. Now it's time to do some detail work. Let's fill out these corners as best as we can. Since you've got Dacron in there, you could take a little bit of the Dacron and shove it into the corner. See how nicely that filled that? Let's do another one. Take that Dacron and shove it into the corner. Let's do it again. There we go. So it's not just working on the inside, it's working on the outside, pulling the cushion fabric as you go. Okay? Now, any wrinkles, time to pull them out. You can compress the foam, pull on the wrinkle, it straightens it out. Let's work on this side. There's some right there, I'll work on it. I'm a little sweaty. Getting spots on the cushion. This is a bit of a workout, especially on a warm day and a flannel shirt. Not my best choice. Okay. Time to zip. I'm going to stuff the cushion into the back corners. Like so. I don't have to have it perfect right now. I'm going to bring the cushion around the corner. Okay, now, I don't have a lock on that zipper. These are not the best zippers. Some zippers have locks on them. Now I'm going to get my hands in here and shove the foam into the corners. There we go. Now I'll press evenly on this foam, push it in, shove down with my hand here, and the zipper will go. Now we're going to work on the final corner. I'm going to stuff the foam in there. get on with the zipper. I made a little zipper pocket right here so that the zipper will be tucked in. Okay, now it looks like we're done. We're not. Because this cushion has cording on it, we want to straighten that cording out a little bit. The cording underneath is involved in a lot of fabric. So I'll be turning the cording, pulling it away from the cushion, and then shoving it down. There we go. Let's do the other side. The whole cushion you could stretch back. You can adjust the cording on the sides. Pull that back. Nice. There's another side. There we go. We're doing a good job. Nice. The final side. Let's take a look at the front. That looks really good. This cushion is ready to go.